The film opens by introducing Lauren, a famous Hollywood actress who started her career as a child star. She was the leading character in the family series, Miata Johnson's, and her life was one of opulence and happiness, though vastly different from her peers. She grew up on the very set of the show. Lauren's world shattered when a hacker breached her phone and leaked a private image of a positive pregnancy test. Journalists and media swarmed her house. Overwhelmed by the scandal, she decided to escape. Her secretary found a secluded cabin deep in the woods for a temporary retreat. To fool the press, the secretary drove out the front gate in a car while Lauren secretly slipped away through the back entrance for her vacation. During her journey, Lauren received a call from her agent, who tried to calm her, assuring her that everything would be sorted and the hacker would soon be found. She soon arrived at the house. It was tranquil, spacious, and bright. What she didn't know was that the quiet house was riddled with cameras, and a young man was watching her every move. Upon seeing her, the young man immediately recognized the famous actress. Lauren carelessly sat on the sofa and connected her mobile to the available Wi-Fi. She ignored her assistant's earlier warning against using public Wi-Fi in such locations, as it makes hacking easier. She turned on the news, seeing reports about herself and the low ratings of the show she grew up on. The man who played her father in the family series was, in fact, the father of her child. His name was Peter. He called Lauren, asking her whereabouts, but she refused to disclose her location. Peter spoke softly, "Lauren, try to understand. We must handle this carefully so our lives, our image, this relationship, and especially our show, don't get ruined. If the pregnancy news gets out, everything will collapse." He then suggested, "Before you get further along, I can bring a doctor to the house. You can be freed of this issue. I'll cover the cost. Just tell me where you are." His words infuriated Lauren, and she hung up. Peter was married with children and knew the pregnancy news would destroy both his personal and professional life, which is why he was so agitated. His assistant, Croft, was sitting opposite him and offered a chilling solution. "You can resolve this issue. Just give me the money, and I'll take care of the rest. Everyone knows Lauren is distressed. I can go, kill her, and make it look like an overdose suicide due to depression. That way, you'll be rid of this problem." Meanwhile, Lauren, harassed by calls, turned her phone off. The young man who was observing her on the CCTV feed dozed off. His uncle, Darren, arrived, saw the CCTV footage on the mobile, and realized that someone wealthy was staying on their property. An idea for theft immediately formed in his mind. Darren planned the robbery and brought along his roommate, Merge. Their simple plan was to steal some of Lauren's valuables and escape. However, Lauren's dog smelled their presence and started barking loudly. A startled Lauren woke up and, sensing someone was in the house, hid inside a small cabinet in one of the rooms. From inside the cabinet, she heard the sound of objects being moved in the room. Lauren cried out, "What do you want?" Merge was slightly panicked by her voice, but Darren told him, "We have nothing to do with her. Just gather the things, and let's go." Merge refused to listen to Darren. "This girl will surely implicate us," he argued. "We must threaten her to keep her from doing that." As they spoke, the property owner, the young man who had been watching Lauren, arrived. Darren and Merge had come to rob because they saw the footage on his phone. He warned them, "Don't steal her things. This girl is very famous." From inside, Lauren's frightened voice was heard again, pleading, "Take everything you want. I won't tell anyone, just leave me alone." Merge opened the door, attempting to threaten her again, but Darren and the young owner tried to stop him. During the struggle, the gun in Merge's hand went off, and the bullet struck the owner. Seeing the blood, the robbers panicked, realizing they would now face jail time. A terrified Darren began to cry, telling Merge he had to finish it. Merge then shot the owner in the head, killing him. Horrified by what had happened, Darren lashed out at Lauren. "This is all your fault. We should have killed you first. Then my nephew wouldn't have died." In his anger, Darren broke the handle of the cabinet door. Though Darren was in hysterics, Merge remained fully conscious. He told Darren, "Stay here, don't let anyone in. I'm going to get supplies to move the body." As soon as Merge left, Darren also fled the scene. With the door handle broken, Lauren was trapped inside. She tried desperately to open the door, pushing it, but it wouldn't budge. Her efforts only hurt her. She began screaming for help, but there was no one nearby. She called for her dog, but the terrified animal had run away. Exhausted from crying, Lauren eventually fell asleep. When she woke up the next morning, the cabinet contained only a water heater and a single, faulty wired bulb. She managed to fix the wiring and turn the bulb on. By now, she was extremely hungry and felt strange sensations, clutching her abdomen. She was also desperately thirsty. Crying in distress, she suddenly heard the sound of flowing water. Looking up, she saw water pipes. She tapped the cabinet walls, realizing they were hollow inside. She began trying to break the wall at the emptiest spot. In the midst of this struggle, the bulb she had painstakingly fixed went out again. As she tried to fix it, she received a severe electric shock. The shock increased her thirst, but she was helpless. To calm herself, she began taking deep breaths. She heard a scratching sound behind the wall and knew it was a rat. Meanwhile, Merge and Darren returned to the house. Hearing their footsteps, Lauren began screaming, "Please help me. Take anything you want from me, I have a lot of money. If you don't want any trouble with the police, I'm ready for that too. I'll cover up this murder you committed. I'll tell the police a story, that I was trapped here and didn't see anything that happened. Darren, listen to me, I'll say your nephew was following me and when he tried to harm me, his gun went off and shot him." Her words broke Darren's spirit. He couldn't control his emotions and put the gun in his mouth. In the end, unable to kill himself, he just said, "Forgive me." Lauren reiterated, "Look, I'm a famous actress. Everyone will believe me." Darren wanted to trust Lauren, but Merge stopped him. A maddened Darren started slamming his head and hands against the wall in anger. Merge, enraged, fired a warning shot into the wall, but the bullets ricocheted, hitting Merge in the head and Darren in the shoulder. Merge died instantly, and Darren was severely wounded. To save himself, Darren began to leave. Lauren screamed from inside, "I'm pregnant, don't leave me in this condition, don't do this to me." But the wounded Darren left in distress, ignoring her pleas. He struggled until he reached the hospital, where he immediately passed out. Inside the cabinet, Lauren was completely exhausted. Suddenly, a rat ran over her, giving her a jolt. She got up again. She couldn't stay without light, so she fixed the wiring again and managed to turn on the bulb. Seeing an iron pipe nearby, she used it to kill the rat, succeeding. However, due to hunger, thirst, and the exertion of her work, she collapsed from exhaustion and began to hallucinate. The next scene shows the police speaking to Darren at the hospital. The doctors informed the police that Darren was delirious and rambling about a pregnant woman, but they couldn't trust his words as he was high on drugs. Inside the cabinet, Lauren was near death. Her thirst intensified, and she began to lick the drops of water falling from the overhead water pipe. When that wasn't enough, she started licking the water off the floor. The small amount of water revived her. She took the same iron pipe she used to kill the rat and began breaking the wall. When she succeeded, her heart sank. Behind the broken wall was another brick wall. She couldn't get out this way, but inside the cavity, she found a rat's nest which, luckily, contained a hammer. She was overjoyed, believing she could use it to open the door. While she was contemplating this, disaster struck. The overhead water pipe burst. Water began flooding the small cabinet. If Lauren didn't open the door quickly, she would drown or be electrocuted by the damaged wires. On the outside, a woman rescued Lauren's dog from the street. She took a picture of the dog and posted it online. After a while, her post received thousands of likes, and comments identified it as Lauren's dog. The police visited Darren's house to investigate how he was shot. They found a blood-stained shirt at his house and sent it for forensics. Croft, who was ready to kill Lauren for Peter, saw the woman's post, contacted her, and asked where she found the dog. He offered a large sum of money for the location. This made the woman realize there was more going on than just a missing dog. Later, Darren regained consciousness at the hospital. The police questioned him about his nephew and his friend Merge, but Darren claimed to know nothing about them. When asked who attacked him, he claimed it was an accidental self-inflicted shot. "I was shooting to break a lock when the bullet hit my shoulder," he lied. The police informed him they found a blood-stained shirt during the search of his house and that the forensics would soon reveal whose blood it was. Meanwhile, Lauren had begun using the hammer to break the hinges of the door. At the same time, Croft arrived at the vet's office where the woman had taken Lauren's dog. He paid the doctor and asked him to call the woman to the clinic. Realizing Croft was up to no good, the doctor called the woman and warned her to go into hiding with the dog immediately, as her life was in danger. Back at the hospital, Darren requested permission to go to the washroom and, fooling the police and doctors, escaped. He stole a car and immediately drove to the house. Water was filling Lauren's cabinet rapidly. If she didn't open the door quickly, she would drown or be electrocuted by the damaged wires. The woman who took Lauren's dog was trying to go into hiding, scared of Croft. Lauren's dog jumped out of the moving car and ran toward the house where Lauren was trapped. The dog went inside, looking for Lauren, while Lauren, submerged in water, desperately struggled to open the door. The water was up to her head. Darren finally arrived at the room, as he needed to move the body. It was at this moment that he heard the voice of the woman who had come looking for the dog. The woman knocked on the door and peered through the window, spotting the body inside. Realizing this, Darren caught her. It was at this time that Croft arrived. Asking for Lauren, he drew his gun and shot Darren in the head, killing him. He immediately called his boss and said, "Things are very bad, I'll have to take responsibility for 4 murders, not just 1. So I'm going to charge double now." Croft then started searching for Lauren, which is when he saw water spilling out of the cabinet. He cautiously approached to see what was inside. Just as he reached it, Lauren, fighting for her life inside, succeeded in breaking the door, and the door, under immense water pressure, swung out and fell on top of Croft. The door was on Croft, and Lauren was on the door. The woman who had found Lauren's dog arrived, having followed the dog to the house. She was horrified by the sight. She helped Lauren, pulling her out, and joked, "Your bodyguards must have killed him." Croft got up and pointed his gun at Lauren. The woman tried to stop him, and Lauren took the opportunity to run and hide. The woman couldn't hold off Croft for long. He struck her hard, and she fell unconscious. Lauren was hiding, waiting for her chance. As soon as Croft came into view, she seized the moment and struck him hard on the head from behind with the metal pipe. Croft fell, unconscious. At this moment, Croft's phone rang. Lauren saw it was a call from her friend. She answered but remained silent. Hearing Peter's voice, she realized that the friend who got her pregnant, her co-star Peter, was the one who had tried to kill her. Croft woke up again and tried to grab her neck, but Lauren struck him on the head with the pipe again. His head split open, blood gushed out, and Lauren's face was completely covered in blood. She was free. Suddenly, the police arrived and immediately recognized Lauren. The media had also gathered outside. Lauren asked for her phone and posted the same controversial picture, the positive pregnancy test, on her own social media. The next scene shows Peter, the man who impregnated her and abandoned her. Media houses were calling him, asking about his relationship with Lauren. He tried to claim that Lauren's story was all lies, but no one believed him now. The police arrested him for attempting to murder Lauren. Thus, the criminal is punished, and the film ends.